too much happening at the same time. I'm holding spring rolls. Hey. Forgot to mention the intestines as well. So we got the blood, sausage and intestines. And then we have this thing right here. On the inside is sweet potato. On the outside is glutinous rice, fried. And then on the outermost side, the brown color is actually the yellow sugar.
A little crispy and a little hard on the outside. And sweet, and then inside it's soft. It's like mashed potato.
Yeah, just like mashed potato on the outside. Yeah, on the inside. Yes, exactly. Wow, that was hard to describe. Damn. Ain't that just like Ipo Kai Si Ho Fun? How can this taste so much better than Chinese and Malaysian spring rolls? Satay in a soup. Damn, this be my favorite up to now. Hello, welcome back to yet another episode of the Vietnamese series, and I'm Gerard. Today we're gonna talk about food, more food, and this time the food we tried. Without further ado, let's hop into it. If you're new to this channel, we make videos sharing our discovery on the road just to inspire you to travel more. Travel now, because in this day and age, there are really simply no excuses not to, because it's so easy right now. If that sounds fun to you, please join us, subscribe to us. Anyway, food we tried. Number one is Bun Cha. So what is Bun Cha? For the Malaysians out there, this is basically just satay, but pork satay in a soup. The very special thing about Bun Cha for us is just they serve it with raw vegetables and their herbs, rice noodles, and a bowl of fish sauce. The meat itself tastes like satay, like I mentioned, but wrapping it with coriander, green onion, and all those herbs and lettuce, and then just dip it into the sauce, and it tastes very, very different. Let's just say I like it better this way. If you're new to Vietnamese cuisine, this is just simply a must try, especially Hanoi, because I've heard that Hanoi Bun Cha are far more superior than Saigon, which is Ho Chi Minh Bun Cha, but I haven't been there yet. I'll post an update to that when I finally get to Ho Chi Minh. The one recommended on a lot of websites, that's like the original one, is the Bun Cha Dac Kim, and the address is right here. Ever had spring rolls somewhere else? Well, this just tastes far better, and this is like way larger. It depends on which variant you're getting, but like it's just a difference of meat inside. It's a blend of vegetables and maybe pork, crab, or shrimp, depends on which one you pick. Wrapped in the spring roll skin and then fried the heck out of it. Though you have to note that not all spring rolls are made equal. The ones that we tried are literally just like a whole shop that sells only spring rolls, and it's like at the side of the street, like proper authentic street food.
Oh my god, this actually is better than the one we had in the restaurant because there's real prawn and it's way cheaper. Really cheap. And this one I like the skin more, the fried skin. It's nicer.
The address is right here, so you guys can check it out when you finally get to the old quarter. So let's get on with number 3. The famous Pho Ga. It's so similar to the Ipo Kai Si Ho Fun, but still different. It's noodle in chicken broth and a lot of coriander and green onion. Unless you're ordering for bo, which is basically the same thing but everything beef. If you ever been to Malaysia and tried the Kway Teow chicken soup or Kai Si Ho Fun in Ipo, this is very, very similar. The only differences I found are, number 1, the artificial flavoring is real lasagne, which is a good thing. Number 2, the chickens here in general, in Vietnam, it tastes more like those, we call it kampong chicken, which is not factory chickens where they inject hormones into it and so it grows in like 30 days or something. So that's a good thing, you get better texture chickens. Number 3, the noodles here are thinner by width, but it's slightly coarser, if that's a word, like the texture is not as smooth. So in the end, I don't know which one is better. Like, you guys have to try for yourself, like to compare itself, and let me know in the comment section down below just like which one is your preference or your favorite. Pho Ga is super famous in Vietnam. That's at least what I found out up to now. If you're from this region, which is Southeast Asia or even China, you might not find this to be as special as it sounds. But if you're from the western region, then this one is a must try. Everybody recommends it. Also, I accidentally ordered a dried version of this one. It's like Con Long Kai Si Ho Fun. I fell in love, I got hooked. I ordered the soup Pho Ga, But then they took my order wrong and I ended up having the dried one. They were super apologetic about it. I was like, oh, it's okay, I love it, I like it. And then I asked them, how do you order this one? Because I want to order it again. They say cho. Then I asked them, is it Pho Ga cho? They say yeah. But then I tried ordering it again. I said Pho Ga cho or cho Pho Ga or Pho cho, but I just failed. Yeah, if there are any Vietnamese friends watching this video right now, please let me know how you call that. Please. Alright, let's get into number 4, and that is Bahn Cuon. I'm quite sure I'm butchering almost every single one of their names. Another variant of the popular Changfen. Basically, you can say it's like minced meat wrapped in steamed rice noodles. The way it's made, as much as it looks similar to the Nanning variant, the texture itself is slightly smoother, and the fillings inside it's like fresh minced meat with some mushrooms in it. Tastes a little bit like the Guangdong variant. And the fried onions. Did I mention I love fried onions? They sprinkled a lot of it on it. It's like the Hong Kong variant, so it's like a mix of Nanning, Guangdong and Hong Kong variant in one. That's awesome! But then of course you're in Vietnam, so the sauce itself is Vietnamese sauce. And instead of like pouring it into the plate, it's right next to the plate so that you like dip the whole thing in and eat it. Smart way to make it Vietnamese. It's super interesting to find out so many versions or different iterations of this same steamed rice noodles. After trying out every single one of them, I personally don't have like a favorite. They are all so different and so delicious. Like, it's hard to pick out a winner. Like, there are no clear winners here. But the Vietnamese version, they make it Vietnamese by, adding a bowl of the fish sauce and a lot of coriander and green onions on it. If you want it to be a little more flavorful, this might be the thing for you. Number 5, and that is banh mi. I'm not even sure why it's so low down the list. It should be quite up top or maybe at the very end, because this should be the VIP of the whole list. It is an interesting blend of Eastern and Western cuisine in the form of a sandwich. It is basically Vietnamese Subway. There's nothing special about the way it's made, but just the ingredients of it that's making it unique and different. On the inside, you get those Vietnamese pork dishes and some fish sauce, and of course, the salad and tomatoes and all that. On the outside, you get a baguette. It literally tastes like a Vietnamese cuisine in a sandwich. Mind blown. I'm pleasantly surprised at how much I love banh mi. Maybe I've been in China for a little bit too long. Maybe I'm just craving for like normal bread, but come to think of it, for Western people that might not be normal, but still it's miles better than just Chinese sweet bread. I don't like those things. I just love banh mi. Just a disclaimer to you guys, I'm probably gonna be very biased from here on out about banh mi. I love them. I'm not linking an address here for banh mi because you can get it anywhere, and I haven't found like a single favorite one to go to. Number 6, and that is Chả Cá. What is so special about this again? It might just be the biggest disappointment for me. That's what it is. All jokes aside, it's just grilled fish marinated with turmeric powder. Oh yeah, and it's served with, surprise surprise, raw vegetables and herbs. It tastes like you would expect it to taste. Fish marinated in turmeric powder. I'm quite sure it's just me because I come from the Southeast Asian region and we have this kind of like grilled fish marinated in turmeric powder everywhere. So I don't find it special at all, but if you know the taste of turmeric powder and fish, yeah. The hype of this dish, especially from this shop, is just so high that I think that's the downfall for me, because I got there and I tried it. The price was not as reasonable as other foods I tried, and it was one of the least favorite of mine now. So yeah, but still, I'll link the address down there. You guys can check it out if you want to, but it's not recommended by me. And I just said I don't like it, and I'm still recommending you guys to go there. Let's get on with it. Number 7, and I don't know what this is called in Vietnamese. It's basically pork intestines and pork blood sausages. Just a warning to you guys, for the people who does not like eating organs of animals, you can skip this one and get to number 8. It is what it is. It's most probably not for everyone, I'm sure, but it's still quite okay for us. It is pork intestine large and small, and also blood stuffed into an intestine, making it a sausage. I'm not gonna go into details for this one, but yeah, basically that's it. Well, I tried a couple of variants when it comes to this one. There is the steam variant and the fried variant. For the people who can't stand the pork smell or pork flavor or pork taste or whatever it is that you call it, the steam one you might want to get away from it, but you can try the fried one. Both of them were served with raw vegetables. I'm not sure how long I still have to say this. Every single dish is served with raw vegetables and some sauce. For the steam one, the sauce was literally just salt, lime, and chili peppers, and it tasted very good. It's a very good combination. Maybe I should try making it back at home. I don't know. The shop that we tried in an alleyway is just surprisingly right next to the Central Backpackers Hostel. Maybe? I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. You can't Google that place, but you can literally Google yourself to the hostel and then walk to the alley right next to it, and you're there. The shop itself mainly sells tofu, like fried tofu, but this one is one of their side dish, and I find this to be quite unique, so I tried it. So if this is not your thing, but if fried tofu is still your thing, you can still try this one. Number 8, and that is the egg coffee. Finally, we got out of the food realm. Just another disclaimer here. I love coffee. I drink multiple coffees a day sometimes, but I don't know anything about coffee, so don't ask me about beans and everything. But yeah, anyway, let's get on with it. Quite a pleasant little treat. Basically foam tiramisu. It is coffee mixed with whisked egg. The story behind it is that back in the war era, they couldn't get milk, so they kind of use egg instead. It tastes like foam tiramisu with a little bit of like coffee flavor in it. We even tried the rum egg coffee at Giảng Cafe. You can easily Google that place. That one is not our favorite because the rum kind of overpowered the coffee. The amount of coffee in it is just so little. It's like espresso and then a lot of egg and cream and stuff. So yeah, not our favorite. Just try the egg coffee or the coconut egg coffee. Those are good. The way to drink or eat this is you have to like dip in your whole spoon to like dig the coffee up, and then you get like 2-part egg and 1-part coffee and just like eat it like that. I find that a little troublesome and a little slow, so what I do is just like stir it up and just yeah, efficiency. We tried 2 out of 3 famous coffee shops in Hanoi, the Giảng Cafe and the Cafe Pho Co. So we missed the Cafe Lam, but you guys can actually try the 3 of them. You can easily Google these 3 places, but for the Giảng Cafe and the Cafe Pho Co, especially the Cafe Pho Co, it takes a bit of looking because like the entrance of the shop is super small, just like that, and you have to walk straight in down an alley to get into the shop. Still, the coffee is very, very similar to what we have in Malaysia, except it's like, how do you say that? Like, it has a little taste of xiangjing, and it's way sweeter. It's just not as thick and not as large. The coffee of the both places that I tried have their different mix of, condensed milk and coffee. And I find myself liking the Cafe Pho Co a little more because it's slightly thicker. The drinks from both the shops can be a little too sweet by default, but I just want to try out like their default coffee just to see like how it tastes, because sometimes if you like mess with your formula and the drinks just come out not as nice. Finally, that's the end of our list, but if you're in Hanoi and you're in the old quarter, you simply have to explore the place on your own, because there's not gonna be a video where you can cover all the food in Hanoi Old Quarter. That's for sure. As I've said in the previous video, I simply love Hanoi food, and if you're interested in finding out my opinions on the food culture of Hanoi, I've made a video about it and you guys can just check it out right here. Anyway, this is the end of the video. I'm quite sure there are other foods that we missed on this list. If you know any, please comment down in the comment section below. If you find this video helpful, please give us a like. It matters a lot, it helps us a lot. If you want more videos like this in the future, please subscribe. You know that red button down there, give us subscribe and hit the notification bell as well so that you get notified when I post a new video. And as always, I'm Gerard. It's nice talking to you guys again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.